Hello, if you're watching this video, you are probably in my English class. This is my video for my Genius Hour project. When you think of a double standard, you probably don't really think about anything really, because, this is a classroom full of middle schoolers, you probably don't know. But a double standard is when different rules or principles are applied to different groups of people or circumstances without justification. Double standards are unfair and can lead to the regression of a group. You're probably asking yourself, why is this important? Why are you talking about this? It may not be important to you, but it's important to me, so I'm going to talk about it. One of the first and most common examples of a double standard: men are usually paid more than women. In the workplace, women can sometimes be expected to dress more professionally and wear makeup, while men can dress more casually and won't get judged on their physical appearance as much. Workers who are parents are often viewed as less committed to their job. This is especially present in medical work settings. These double standards can lead to decreased workplace productivity, decreased employee morale, and lost job opportunities. This is important to bring up because some of y'all are probably thinking, this is so stupid. I feel this is important to bring up because especially, this happens in school settings too, a lot. Majority of teachers are female. This is kind of flipping it around a bit, but I feel like male teachers aren't appreciated as much. Or teachers in general aren't appreciated, but that's a topic for another day. The second example I would like to bring up is when a woman raises her child or children alone, she's doing what's expected. When a man does it, he is often praised. I believe both parties should be praised for this, because children are kind of annoying. What makes a good father can be as simple as love and provision. What makes a good mother is a mile-long list full of contradictions, exceptions, and inconsistencies. This next topic may be a bit triggering, so I will put a timestamp in the description to where you can skip past it if you're uncomfortable. The next topic I'd like to bring up is abuse. Unfortunately, women most of the time are not seen as abusers. When a woman is or sexually abused, is most of the time taken very seriously. However, when the same thing happens to a man, people tend to brush it off, saying he enjoyed it, or why is he so mad? In reality, assault, regardless of gender, should be taken very seriously. The same thing goes for domestic violence. In the year 2023, 376,83,000 women were sexually assaulted or raped. In the same year, 979,000 men were sexually assaulted or raped. Another thing I would like to add, this isn't necessarily related, but I feel like it's still important to bring up. Another thing I would like to add is when sexual assault happens to a woman, they will be blamed, and when it happens to men, people tend to praise them. For men, people will often say, "You're so lucky," or "I wish that was me." This is obviously not okay, because it's an awful thing. It should never happen to anybody, and if you say that, ew. For women, people will often say, "What were you wearing?" or "You shouldn't have been wearing that." Regardless of the gender, it is never the victim's fault, and it is always the abuser's fault. And in the domestic setting, this is something I've looked up in general. If you look up, why is my wife yelling at me or something, it'll give you, some reasons. But if you look up why my husband is yelling at me, you will be given the domestic assault or domestic abuse hotline. Either way, basically what I'm just trying to get at here is abuse regardless of gender. And that is my big old spiel on double standards. This video was unscripted, if you couldn't tell. I'm just kind of talking, reading from my notes. Yeah, I guess thank you for listening to this Yap Fest.